Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about how to make your life less boring. And the reason why I wanted to make this video and what inspired me to make this video was I was actually having a conversation last week with someone, and I was like, you know what? I just feel like my life is very boring lately. I don't feel bored on a daily basis because I keep myself very busy with things to do, but just in general, I've just been doing the same thing. I've gotten into a routine, and as amazing as a routine is, I do think sometimes it's really important to do things out of your comfort zone and to try new things so that your life doesn't just feel the same every single day or boring or like you're not having fun. So if you've been feeling a little bit bored like me, I would encourage you all to stay around till the end of the video so you don't miss any of these things and you make sure that you're taking strides to making your life a better one. Number one, we've got goodbye instant gratification. And one reason why I think we often feel bored is because we've gotten so used to relying on external sources for instant gratification, for entertainment, and for happiness, so much so that we are unable to actually create it for ourselves. These things might give us short-term or temporary pleasure that then when they're done or they're gone, we feel a lack of fulfillment, a lack of entertainment, a lack of happiness, and we equate that to being bored. So something that I've been really trying to do is finding the joy in the little things that I do on a daily basis. Maybe they are more mundane things. Maybe it's my morning coffee. Maybe it's the 20 minutes I spend reading before bed. Maybe it's the walk I take in the morning before I get working. When you find gratitude, you really do find happiness. And I think when we ignore the things we do on a daily basis that we are lucky to be able to do, and we only focus on the bigger things, the bigger events, the bigger milestones, the fun events, the vacation you have planned, when you only focus on long-term things that you have to look forward to, you miss out on the happiness that comes from your everyday life and the little things that you do as well. So instead of waiting for that vacation or waiting for someone else to entertain you, really try to find that happiness within yourself. And I know this sounds a little bit cliche and cringy, but when you really do start to appreciate everything you have and you look at the little things you do, again, on a daily basis that could bring you happiness, but you aren't allowing them to, you really do see how much you have to be thankful for and realize that in 2022, it is nearly impossible to be bored. I actually think if someone said to me, I'm bored and I have nothing to do, I would just have to laugh because there are just so many things you can do with your time, whether it be, some of the other things I'm going to talk about later in the video, learning something new, getting on YouTube, watching a video, going to work out. I mean, it's impossible to be bored these days. And I think when we feel bored, when we are bored, when we think we're bored more so, it's self-inflicted. And I think a lot of times we just, again, go through the motions. We don't do things that we want to do. We feel bored because we put ourselves there. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later in the video, but really finding joy in your everyday life and the little things can really make a big difference. I do often also think that sometimes our routine feels a little bit boring because we don't venture out of our comfort zone when we start to feel comfortable. So think about the things you do on a daily basis that you could maybe make a little bit more interesting for yourself. So instead of making your coffee at home every day, if you have the budget for it, of course, maybe walk to your favorite coffee shop or, go get a coffee with a friend. Or you could try a different workout than you normally do if you're going to be working out anyway. I mean, there are just so many ways to make little minor switch ups or changes into your daily routine that can make it feel a lot less boring. Number two, and one of the best ways to make your life feel less boring is by trying something new. Again, there is just no way to be bored in 2022 unless you are doing it to yourself. There are just so many things out there to learn and to try, but the truth is that you're probably just not doing it. If you get home from work every night and you sit on your couch mindlessly scrolling through your phone, that's on you. Trust me, as an introvert myself, it was a tough pill for me to swallow that doing nothing with my life and feeling bored was strictly because of me, myself, and I. So when I finally got fed up with feeling this way, what did I do? I learned how to start editing YouTube videos and I started posting videos on YouTube, and ultimately that is why I am where I am today, because of the steps I took to make my life less boring and to develop new skills and learn something new for myself. This took me from bored to busy and opened up a whole new pathway for my life. Recently, I've wanted to master my productivity, so I took a class on Skillshare called Productivity Masterclass, Principles and Tools to Boost Your Productivity by Ali Abdal. This class really helped me further understand the productivity equation and figure out which areas I really needed to optimize for my life, my job, and just myself in general. If you're not familiar with the platform, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. If you have a specific skill you're trying to learn, Skillshare is the perfect place to start. From self-care and productivity to freelancing, graphic design, and so much more, you can find classes that will match your goals and interests. New premium classes are launched each week, so there's always something new to discover. The first 1,000 people to use the link on my description box or my code will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So again, I encourage you to take advantage of this amazing offer. If you're trying to learn something new and you don't know where to start, that's a great place to start exploring and figure out what you're into, what you'd like to learn, how you can turn those skills into a future career or a passion for yourself. Generally speaking here, just learning something new, getting out of your comfort zone is crucial to making your life a more interesting one. My next tip here is to meet new people. And if you're an introvert watching this, as I am, that probably sounds like the worst thing ever to you, but I promise it makes such a big difference and you'll be really happy that you did it. It's a great way to learn something new, like I mentioned in the last point, and have a buddy to do it with. There was a time recently when I really wanted to start doing in-person Pilates classes, and I was feeling a little bit anxious and nervous about going myself. So me and my friend Laura went together, and it was something that we both loved doing, and now we're signing up for more classes and we're gonna go together this summer. So when it comes to meeting new people, you might find that you're really interested in things that they like too, and then you'll have a buddy to enjoy it with, to talk about it with, and to do it with. So if you're wondering, okay, Courtney, but how do I meet new people? There are so many ways, again, to meet people in 2022. I know it can feel overwhelming and intimidating when you have so many people at your fingertips with social media, online dating, and all that kind of stuff, but there are more ways than just that to meet new people if that feels a little bit stressful and overwhelming for you. One thing that I really recommend is joining a group or a community that kind of revolves around something that you're into. So say you're really into flowers. There are a ton of like workshops and stuff you can take to build bouquets and meet new people that enjoy that as well. Or maybe you're really into photography. There are a ton of online groups you can join. Maybe you're into skiing or snowboarding or hiking. I mean, there are communities out there for every single thing. And more often than not, there are actually communities that are local to you. So if you didn't want to just meet people online, you can meet people in person through social events and different things happening in your community. So joining a group or a community is a great place to start, but there are so many other ways as well. I've done some videos about this in the past that I can link for you guys if you want more info, but really put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of rejection. I know rejection sucks. When I was doing my street interviews and I was asking people if they could be in my video, and so many people told me no. You know, rejection stings a little bit, I get it, but what's worse is not putting yourself out there at all and automatically failing. If you don't try, you're not going to succeed, you're not going to form connections with people, and you're automatically failing without even giving yourself the chance to try. So try it. Put yourself out there, reach out to people on Instagram, join a club, join a community, whatever you've got to do, but really try to expand your circle or nourish the friendships that you already have in your circle and actually hang out with them and say yes to plans instead of saying no. Trust me, I am so guilty of doing this. I would much rather sit at home and lay in bed and read a book or make YouTube videos, but I do know that it is very important as humans to have human interaction and connection and to nourish the friendships and relationships that you have in your life. So don't neglect that part of your life if you already have it. My last tip here for you is to challenge yourself and set a goal. Challenging yourself or setting goals is a really great way to keep your life interesting because it keeps you moving in a positive direction. This also often requires you to get out of your comfort zone and to push yourself, which I think is a great thing for everyone to be doing. If you do what you've always done, you're not going to get where you want to go. So this obviously requires you to do things a little bit differently and to, expand yourself, grow, evolve, and reach your full potential. I think so many people don't have goals for themselves or a purpose for their life, so they feel like they're just going through the motions and working towards nothing. But when you have a very clear goal or a challenge for yourself, it makes it much easier to know what you need to do to get there. It might even help you to write it down, make a list of things you need to do to get to where you want to go. Just really making it clear for yourself so that you know what you need to be doing and you don't stray from the path, right? A challenge for yourself could be posting a YouTube video. It could be running a 5K. It could be so many different things, but finding something that you want to do, that you have a goal to reach, and that you can stay on the path to get there is going to make your life a lot more interesting, and you're going to feel a sense of fulfillment from keeping the promises that you make to yourself and reaching that goal. Alright guys, that is all I have for how to make your life less boring. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. Let me know down in the comments some things that you like to do to keep your life interesting and fun. Would love to share with some other guys down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.